With nowhere else to go, these displaced people attempt to protect themselves from the rain. They have no room in Goma to shelter themselves from ongoing clashes. And in the town of Sake, they have been pushed out owing to continued fighting between Congolese armed forces and M23 rebels. Some of those leaving Sake had already been displaced elsewhere.
It was 6 a.m. that I had bombings on Kiluku, Munanira, on Shasha Hill, and somewhere not far from Shasha, where I raise my bees. I told the old man who was with me that we had to leave. He told me he wasn't going anywhere. I packed my suitcase and left. I was targeted along the way, but I thank God I was not hit. I fell, so they thought they killed me. A family who was not far from me on the same road, one of their children was hit by a bullet, which disemboweled him. I continued my journey to Kiroche, where I wanted to rest, but people were running around saying they killed a lot of people. We killed so and so. I continued my rest until I arrived here in Mugunga.
People here say they are waiting for humanitarian aid to arrive. In the meantime, they've decided to create camps on the road linking Sake to Goma, a temporary solution to an increasingly dire situation as rebel fighters attempt to take control of Sake, a move that would cripple the city of Goma that has already been largely cut off.
I'm building here because I'm displaced. I am from Karuba. It was because of this war that we fled. We had been attacked and I had seen many people leave their homes following the excessive bombing in my village. I also left the village to Sake, where we were welcomed into a church. But last Wednesday, there was also a big attack on Sake. We saw other displaced people and even residents leaving Sake. So I left too. That's why I'm here. I was allowed to build my tent here. So I went to look for these wooden sticks in the forest to make these frames.
We fled because there was a lot of bombing on Sake and a lot of gunfire. Besides, that's what really made us leave. It was when we saw the army sniper who was on a jeep being bombed. The vehicle burned and his head burst. We understood that the situation was serious, so we decided to leave without taking anything, empty-handed. Now we are starting to go back to get little things, but we are still afraid. We are here without wanting to be.
The United Nations Refugee Commission estimates that around 135,000 internally displaced persons have fled Sake to Goma since the beginning of this month. Anastasia Waweru for CGTN.